AirAsia Flight 8501, day 3 of the deepening mystery surrounding a plane that has seemingly vanished, carrying 162 people on board, including 16 children. Now the search is ramping up, expanding in the waters of the Java Sea, growing to 13 search areas, 7 countries, all joining in now to locate the missing jetliner. The families of those on that fateful flight grieving, desperate, all gathering in airports in Indonesia and in Singapore.
Here in Singapore's airport Terminal 2, here is where the grim vigil is taking place behind those officers there. Right now, there's no news.
But a prediction from the head of Indonesia's National Search and Rescue Agency. They currently suspect the plane is located on the ocean floor.
There's a deep sense of depression here, but we'll stay strong. And our first priority now is to look after the families and do whatever we can.
Search teams have less than 30 days now to find the black boxes filled with data on what happened to that plane. They signal their location, but only until their batteries die out.
Probably not going to take more than about 6 to 8 days to get all the sophisticated ships in there that are going to be needed to listen for it. So if it's down there in pinging, they should be able to find it.
But so far, coral mistaken for oil slicks has only led to false hope.
We actually divided ourselves into 2 shifts. Unfortunately, we couldn't provide a proper closure for the family members yet.
It is a massive effort. Malaysia, where the airline is based, Australia, and Singapore all joining Indonesia in its search. The U.S. is sending a destroyer, the USS Samson, and South Korea and China are expected to join in tomorrow. There's at least 18 ships and 29 aircraft. 2 sets of underwater locator beacon detectors will also be used to scour the seabed. While so much of what happened to this plane is shrouded in mystery, here's what we do know. On Sunday morning, the jet takes off from Surabaya, Indonesia. As it soars at an altitude of 32,000 feet, the plane encounters severe turbulence and weather over the Java Sea. The pilot radios in, requesting to change its altitude to 38,000 feet. Air traffic control tells him not to, but he appears to climb anyway.
The captain of an airplane is like the captain of the ship. He is directly responsible for the safety of that aircraft and the safety of that passengers on board. So if he needs to move that airplane and put that airplane somewhere, he is not going to ask permission. He is going to do it.
Then air traffic control suddenly loses communications, and by 6:18, the plane was no longer visible on the radar, vanished into thin air. 162 people, mostly Indonesian, all gone. AirAsia, which is based out of Malaysia, has had a good safety record, and the pilot was experienced.
13 years we carried 220 million people until today.
Of course, the harrowing question remains, how could something like this happen?
A bomb could go off. You could end up flying into a thunderstorm, and until we find something of the airplane and know where to look for black boxes, it's just a puzzle.
Many are calling for real-time GPS monitoring, and the International Regulatory Commission is studying the idea. But monitoring a plane miles in the air is much more difficult than tracking a cell phone.
We need to look for other ways to do it. One of those ways would be through satellites. So we would always have a good idea in relative terms where an aircraft might be anywhere in the world.
All of this is eerily similar to another missing plane that crashed just this year, that Malaysian Flight 370, which went down in March. But there are marked differences between the cases of Flight 370 and this one.
Both have disappeared, but they disappeared in very different places, very different circumstances. We're only 2 days into this mishap.
Malaysian Airlines was widely criticized for waiting too long to release key details. And when they were released, they were often contradictory. This time, Asia Airlines brash CEO Tony Fernandez has been tweeting out live updates, and the airline released the passenger manifest hours after the plane vanished. And experts hope this search will be easier because this time they are looking in the relatively small Java Sea.
It's a shallow sea. It's not like out in the Indian Ocean. It's so deep that it goes to the limits of our ability to search the ocean bottom. The Java Sea is only about 100, 150 feet deep.
Foul play was initially suspected in Flight 370, and experts say that something more sinister than weather can't be ruled out.
Maybe there was a bomb on board that blew the airplane up. Highly unlikely, but it's possible. So we don't have the airplane yet, so we're going to have to go back and look at other things.
But for now, the world and these families wait for news that may not come anytime soon. They scan the manifest looking for familiar names. Some are stoic.
But it's life. We don't know what's going to happen.
For others, it's too much. The dreams of so many in limbo now. Louise Sinharda waits here for word of her fiancé and 5 members of his family. They were going on vacation.
It was supposed to be their last vacation before us got married. It was supposed to be his last vacation with his family.
But there are the miracles, too. The lucky ones. 23 people did not get on that plane who were scheduled to.
Thanks, God, you were supposed to be on that island. It's eerie.
This family can't believe it. 10 of them. 10 were supposed to fly here to Singapore for New Year's Eve, but they all arrived late at the airport. Here they are holding their itineraries, and they missed the flight. My mother can't stop crying, one texted us, adding, "This is a special Christmas gift from God that we missed the flight." And on Facebook, prayers of gratitude from Chandra Susanto. He was supposed to fly with his wife and their 3 kids, but they canceled when his father fell ill. "Thank you, Jesus," he posted in Indonesian. "Your plan is so beautiful. Our family avoided awful danger." For those who give thanks and for those who wait here, these long hours are really about life, about how precious it is, every moment, and how fragile.